Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, we'll take few minutes to understand ourselves, how this meditation can help for us for our day-to-day life, and at the same time, how it's going to help for you to develop your spiritual development. Because when it comes to meditation, there are many methods, there are many interpretations, and there are many kind of techniques that people practice. But here we mainly practice tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation, inside meditation, samatha and vipassana, tranquility, inside, chitta bhavana and panya bhavana, one-pointness and analytical method. So those are the two mental cultures we develop here. For meditation, it mainly interpreted as mental culture. Before the meditation, in the text, we use the word bhavana. So when it translates to English, more than the meditation, it is cultivation of the mind. So when you cultivate something, you have to create a space. Without a space, you can't cultivate. So now you cultivate your mind. So mind here means your awareness, your consciousness. And when it comes to that, this all the thoughts, experience, recognitions, emotions, that everything included to that. So when you grow it in a certain way, so that is a profitable way, because you can grow it unprofitable way also. So when you grow it unprofitable way, what happens? You yourself start to get more distractions and disappointment, and you yourself start to delay things. And you misunderstand things. So that misunderstanding divert your path to unnecessary situations, which that you don't need. So I just imagine in a day-to-day life sometimes, end of the day we experience, you go here and there and do a lot of things, and then the end of the day you understand it is worthless. Why I did that? It is useless. And maybe sometimes we get into trouble, unnecessary situations. And sometimes even people go to prison and then they spend their kind of like a 2-3 years, and sometimes some people lifetime. And they understand whatever they interfere with, it is unnecessary. But it is too late. Because when it comes to this human life, we have to understand there are many components that help for us to experience this. It's very expensive. One is the space. That is very expensive. The space that we have. The space we have, this body that carry this space. Look how expensive it is. We don't think about it. Just imagine that from another planet, if they can suck you and put somebody else, they will do that. No, there are a lot of unseen, that the beings looking for a space. And that space, you've gone through a long process. And even you that just imagine that we need a certain way in a kind of like a professional, organic, genuine way to come this journey. Otherwise we can't. So we need a mother. And we have to have a space in the mother's womb. So otherwise we just can't appear. So it's very expensive. And even to get into the mother's womb, in the past lives, you has done a lot of good karma. You sacrifice a lot. And out of that all sacrifice, you got the mother's womb. And how about that, even that you are a human, okay, there are no any mother available for you, okay, you go to any animal womb. Can you come? No one going to accept you. You can't. Just imagine, cow or dog or monkey, or the, monkeys are, just according to the, Western history, that we are more close to monkeys, chimpanzees. So just imagine we have no any human womb available. Okay, you have monkey. Do you think it's going to be work for you? No. So then exactly this, everything happened to you. And the space, it's a very expensive thing. Remember, it's not going to be forever for you. By the time it's going to, take you out from the space that you hold. And you can't tell, okay, give me another 1 minute. No. There is a time come for all of us to give this space back. Another thing is the energy. Look at that from the mothers, from your parents, from your ancestors, which we call, our blueprint, the genetic energy. Just imagine your mother and father didn't have the enough energy to fulfill your journey. What will happen to you? Maybe you can become kind of like a handicap. But it didn't happen to you like this. And even before you come to this world, if your mother and father did something wrong and it affects for their physical body and energy, so then what can happen? And as you know, there are a lot of people go through like that situations. But that all energy, life force, was exactly correct for you. And your mother and father, even without knowing who you are, they prepared for you. See how expensive it is. And from that day, once you come to the mother's womb, and then you grow inside that 9.5 months or 10 months, and then That all energy that you carried in your body, in case if something went wrong there, and maybe after you came out of the womb, and you're going to carry that disability with you. See how risky it is. And from that day, when you're born, from that day to today, look at your journey, how much energy you spend, how much energy you generate. So you have to think about it a little bit. Another thing is the timing. So the next one. So space, energy, and the timing. So this time period, not going to be the same every day, and time goes so fast. And another thing is, underneath this all, your life is belong to the time. The tick, 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 tick sound is duck, duck, duck sound, that everything has a connection. One day, it's all going to stop for you. So, and the understanding that you have the right timing yourself to now to recognize this, because this is going to disappear, and by the time maybe when we get old, our body and mind become more weaker, we cannot do much things, and that is one thing. And the awareness and the consciousness as a human being that we have, look, that everybody not going to have the same sometimes. So the fourth one is the consciousness. Even though that you became a human being, and sometimes people come with many kind of mental, physical unbalance. They cannot get into that right awareness. So this all create a kind of like the energy part create a rhythm, and the physical part create a pattern. This rhythm and pattern itself we call the karma. So the human life is when it comes to this whole planetary system, that all the existence, that all other living beings, from lower to higher, that every existence, this human world is another way called karma bhumi. So the karma bhumi means this is the place that you can generate the karma. Even the heaven, you can't do it. That's why for divine beings, we are the one who transferring merits, because they can't get it. They have the preconditioned mind, life, if there is place like that. So then you are the one who capable to generate the karma. So generate the karma means bringing actions to develop your bodily, verbally, mentally actions with the certain intention. So in the very first level, there is a way that you have to neutralize all the unnecessary karma. That's mean from the history, sansaric journey, we bring as our habitual patterns. So remember that this all the space, energy, time, consciousness, this is a kind of like a current. This current come with the rhythm and pattern. And you have certain rhythm in the with the energy, and at the same time, you have a pattern with your bodily, verbally, mentally actions. So sometimes from the previous lives, even from this life, from our history, knowingly or unknowingly, we accumulated a lot of unnecessary habitual patterns with us. And our consciousness and gathered unnecessary informations maybe. It is unprofitable for us. It takes us to unnecessary places, unnecessary experiences. So then, one thing is you have to minimize that. Get out all this unnecessary, bodily, verbally, mentally, patterns, actions. And then you have to develop all the good patterns that you recognize as a human being in this life. So this both karma. So the mental action that you develop to get out all the unnecessary habitual patterns also become good karma. And another thing is developing, having the effort to develop that you are good, certain kind of profitable skills in you also become good karma. So you can reverse the pattern to other side. So one is that maybe from the samsaric journey, we bring good karma, good patterns. So the karma is another way, if you put it to then causation related to your life. Causality, dependent origination, that's related to your life. How things came to be as you experience today. So then it has a pattern. So if you can make it as an unprofitable way also, how? So maybe you bring all the good karma in this life, maybe you can destroy that. If you don't develop it, even if you don't understand it, maybe you neglect it. So you get out of the good karma, and at the same time you can accumulate some unnecessary unprofitable skills. So those are the unprofitable way of living. So then you have to minimize that both and activate, uplift that all the profitable side of you. So that is a kind of like you develop a very good background for your spiritual journey, because as human beings, you are the one who can do it. No any other living being can do that. Release that get out all that unnecessary, unprofitable actions and developing all the profitable actions. So once you tune to that, then by the time you develop, and we're not going to maintain it, but when you uplift it, and by the time you are capable to get into the consciousness or the mind work, which we call here the meditation. So in the meditation path, we have to remember in the very first level, when you develop these profitable skills, what happens, how it helps for your meditation. And if you have a lot of unprofitable skills, what will happen? So tranquility meditation is the foundation before we go to the vipassana. Even for the vipassana, you need some mental clarity. So then just bring this both together, and first thing is we have to have a mental clarity. So how these profitable or unprofitable things affect for the mental clarity? If you have too much unprofitable skills, what happens? Your mind going to disturb out of it. So then it becomes unprofitable for you. So that's how it affects for your meditation. When you have too much unprofitable skills, it disturbs your mind. And when you develop the profitable skills, as a result of that, you gain tranquility state of undisturbed mind. So, but still, it doesn't mean you gaining the nibbana or the liberation. It's that all help to have the tranquility state. So then you develop on the top of that clarity, you develop the analytical mind. Thoroughly, deeply, vigorously, you observe your inner experience. So when it comes to that, in tranquility ways, that you become more into how things happening. You recognize it. With your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, you tuning to the moment, you go with the flow. And when it comes to the vipassana, when you go deeper, you understand how you related to that what happened, what happening. In the tranquility meditation, you recognize that how things happening. In the vipassana, you recognize that the experiencer, the you or the self, how it related to what is happening. So that is where you recognize, understand this causation, the connection, and there are a lot of things come together and bring this experience. Once you have this knowledge, what happens? You gain a certain ability, even in the ordinary way you can apply it. It really works. You are capable to experience things without adding more other extra things or the thoughts or mental views to that. So as example, just imagine there is a pain. So that means there is a sensation. And then you are capable to get it as only as the sensation. It's kind of like a very organic, very natural, raw level of recognition. So otherwise you can add, oh, my hand, and it is a very bad pain. And then you can bring the history. Maybe yesterday I did that, maybe because of that. And maybe you can add tomorrow, you have to do some work tomorrow. And then you start to think, oh, maybe because of this pain, now I can't do it. So like that, what happens in the very conventional life, what we does, when the experience come to us, we are not capable to gain that experience or to see that experience, recognize that experience very raw, natural, very organic way itself. We get a lot of other extra things to understand this. That's how we see. But the meditation, when you develop the tranquility state and when you have the ability to analyze that, what happens, you are capable to get out that all the extra informations that you added to your sensation. So then you take it as only the sensation. And that is where you can recognize the very nature of the sensation. Otherwise, mostly what happened, we add some extra information. Because of that, the bottom level of raw level, the organic level of sensation, we can't catch. So the same thing happens in day-to-day life. So just imagine there is something that you want to experience. But if you get many opinions, what happens sometimes? That opinions overtake the moment of experience. Then you experience the opinions, not the experience, the moment of experience. So that's why when it comes to the meditation or the vipassana, you have to drop that everything and just be with the experience. So for that, you have to kind of like, you have to have a clarity and you have to practice. Why? Because we used to understand things, adding more other extra informations. That's how we understand things. So that is for conventional level of mind, for the knowledge. It's not for the wisdom. Because when it comes to the wisdom path, when in the moment of experience, there are no informations. It's a moment of experience. But once you start to add more other extra, when you try to explain it to others, and then you have to bring similes, that examples, many other connotations, and then you bring it. So this both path is very necessary. But we have to understand the difference when it comes to our practice. So once you have it, so yourself, you are capable to experience that deeply inside your whatever that you experience as pain, sensation, emotions, or the perception. So anything, whatever the moment of experience, you are capable to see as it is. And as a result of that, you recognize how it come to be as it is. And then you recognize there is no such a permanent, concrete, permanent entity exists separately itself. This everything we experience with the moment of interaction, interrogation, and with the interdepending each other. So once you have that understanding, you are more capable to be with it, handle it inside you, rather than holding, grasping it to it. And that is where you become free from you. That is the most difficult hindrance, to become free from ourselves. Our own experience not allow us to experience it as it is, because our own mental views, experience, that the patterns, the methods, that itself overtake inside us. So this meditation leads you to get it done. So this is the time that you can do it as a human being. In the samsaric journey, maybe we went to here and there, and we didn't finish the job. And we came to this world and with this unfinished job. But today, as a human being, you are capable to finish this. So this is the path. I explain how you can done this. So don't keep continue this unfinished job. Why? Because we don't know tomorrow. As I mentioned from the beginning, the space, what kind of space we're going to have, the energy, what kind of energy field we're going to connect, timing, and what kind of time zone, what kind of timing we're going to have, and the consciousness. So what kind of consciousness we're going to have, and out of this all, we don't know. No one can guarantee. There is no any warranty for your journey that that your rhythm or your patterns going to be the same like this. So don't carry this unfinished job for tomorrow. You need only one moment to settle down. But this practice will help you to come to that tipping point. So that is where we keep going. Only thing is, give your fully attention. Bring your all the energy and put it to one place. Be with the moment, knowingly that you practice this. And bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. And observe your inhalation, exhalation as it is, without making make anything happen the way you want. I inhale, I exhale, so kind of like that. Don't do that things. At least let it happen freely. Another thing is, don't verbalize it, because this way we have this inner communication always. Our mind always have blah 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 conversation. So don't bring this conversation to the moment. Be silent. Experience it without verbalizing. And don't experience it as a kind of like with the self-centered, oh, I do this. Oh, I am the one who experiences it. So get out of it. Just let it be as experience. And don't bound to the body. Oh, I am this person, this is my place, that place, so kind of like that. Get out of this skin. And then you will see this entire universe is your body. When the entire universe becomes your body, you tune to the universal consciousness. In that universal consciousness, you recognize there is nothing solid, that everything changes. Once you come to that point, you will understand the experience and the experiencer, perception and the perceiver, object and subject, this all change. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. Bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times yourself. And say Suwapat Veva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens, through the sensation of it, recognize, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light around your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddhang pujemi dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.